Hey, Babs. Oh, I hear things better if I am plugged in. Hello, hello, hello. Yay! We are working. Bandwidth is still all over the shop, but at least we are working. Oh my word, right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, apologies for the terrible start today. Don't know what was going on. Restart in the end, fixed it. Well, let's get into Satisfactory, because that's why we're all here, really. I will go over what we've been doing here, which is essentially making really big circles. Oh my goodness. 2 seconds, streamer things. Yeah. Okay, we are in the Crater Lakes. We are trying to build a coal factory, and I want to make it all pretty. So I am building a lovely. That is horrific Z fighting. I don't know. I've not seen Z fighting like that for ages. Oh, better. Let's calm down a bit now. Anyway, sorry, apologies. Getting distracted this morning, apparently. Yes, so we're making a very big circle. We've had to make a bigger circle than is necessary. There is a video from JackBlade that probably explains this better than I can. I will link it in chat. And it will be included in the description of the VOD. But in short, we start out with putting down a centre block, and then we can press Control and rotate it by 5 degrees. So in the first place, we placed all 4 cardinal directions. Okay, get a bit close before jumping, and then we press Control, turn it by 5 degrees, and do the same again. See how that's turning around now. We did that all the way until we'd been round one entire time, and we created a circle of 11 tiles out from the centre, including the centre. That is a standard. Pretty much everyone knows that. You can make a circle that big, and then we extended that out to 23, including the centre. At which point, not entirely sure where 23 is, but it'll be about 20 from here. So roughly here, at which point we got out our beams and we went round this way. We went round clockwise. We bridged the gap with a beam in freeform. Absolutely critical to have it in freeform. Every time I've tried it when it's not in freeform, guess what? Didn't work. And I was scratching my head for a few minutes for a start, and then I remembered that it must be in freeform. You can then place a foundation on that beam, a little bit of nudging to get it into the between the two spacers, and then I zoop it back. Once I've been all the way around once, I then extend it out to 46, which is way over here. Yeah, out to 46, including the centre. So yeah, all the way out here. Again, same problem. At this point, there's a gap in between every other one. So again, get my beam out. You can possibly see it. Oh, I've recovered some of them. Get my beam out, but this time I go this way round, so anti-clockwise. See if I can see. Some of the beams. There you go. Well, so I connect to that side, and then I jump over, connect to this side, place a foundation, nudge it into place, zoop it back. And I've done that with all of them. So we now have a circle with a radius of 46. Well, technically, if you want to be accurate, because it includes the center, it's 45 and a half, because only half of the center tile is actually included in the radius. One of the issues that we run into, though, if you're wondering what these weird stadium things are, because we had to make it bigger than what I wanted to make it, it's just the way that it goes. If you want to make a size that is in between two of the rings, shall we call it, you have to make the bigger ring, and then you can cut it down once you've made the whole thing. But because of that, we've got these rocks that got in our way. So all I've done is I've created these bridges over the rocks, and then done the zooping at the end. So these basically just allow us to create the bits that we couldn't create because the rock's in the way, but higher up, and then I've zooped them back, and all we'll do is we'll just create a vertical zoop down to the point that we need to actually fill in the gaps where we need to fill in the gaps. So this is mostly complete. As you can see, there's a couple of gaps, but before I start filling everything in, obviously we need to get rid of these monstrosities, and we need to cut it down to size. Before I start filling everything in, this was my original plan to go from here. However, I can see that already intersects with her. I'm not even sure cutting it down to one less is going to be 100% perfect. I think that's probably what we're going to do, though. I think we'll live with that one clip. It's the only one, as far as I'm aware, that actually intersects with this one ring in. Yeah, we can see there that's got plenty of clearance, so that is absolutely where we're going to go with it. But firstly, I want to figure out where the rings of coal power plants are going to go, and how do we do that? We firstly need to get coal power on our... yes. It's probably not going to work because most of my resources are in this container. So let's dump off that. Let's take all of that, and then we'll just take whatever we can of that. So we're going to go from this one. And I want the inputs pointing in. Not too bothered about positioning it this time beyond guess I want that a bit closer to there, I think. And we'll go with halfway in the tile. So 1, 2, 3.
Interesting. Most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder: coal-powered generators require coal.
Thanks, Ada. Oh, I don't know what I'd do without her. Yes, so this may look like it's going to end up being too close, but these are going to be tiered. So this one's going to be higher than this one, the next one's going to be higher still than that. Concentric circles. Yeah, just checking. I'm not talking absolute rubbish. Yeah, so just past centre way. Okay. And then just past centre way. Yeah, that's 3. Just checking my notes, I can't remember how many I need now. 240. Yes, yes, so I need 5 in total. Means, roughly speaking, they're going to go like that, which I'm very happy with. Absolutely, that is, yeah. basically I know that I've been testing on the side when setting this up. I knew that there was a certain what's the phrase that I want to use, there was a limit to how close to the centre I can get before they don't sit next to each other, because obviously all the foundations are pointing like that, and if they get too close they're sitting on top of each other's tippy toes. So I just wanted to check that we were good with that before we start dismantling. Where we're placing all these, dismantling the extra tiles, as it were, the extra things. Foundations, my goodness, brain not working this morning at all. Right, so where are we going? We're working on 72. This will be, yes, 72. Excellent. Okay, so that is our cardinal direction. We want to be, let's go here. So in fact, I did want to put down the power plants before the foundations, thinking it would be easier, but it turns out that the power generators will not sit that should be just over centre. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, so it will still work, but let's put down the flooring first. Jackson Virgo, welcome in. You alright, mate? You doing good? So, next one. Soup that full 10, and then our line is here, here. What am I setting up? This is our huge coal plant. The point of this playthrough, if you will, is to go big and beautiful. And so I have decided to make myself a very beautiful circular coal plant. It will look brilliant on completion. Completion, however, will probably be way past its pointfulness. But as much as anything, it's about challenging myself. Because normally I just lay down, boring, functionally aesthetic layouts that you know, they do the job, they look neat and tidy, they just don't necessarily look pretty. That one. Yeah, so in short, we have a massive circle here, and it's going to have a ring of coal power plants all the way around it. It's actually going to be a bit shorter than what it currently is. It was just necessary to make it this large to do the actual build in the first place. The technique that I have used to make it requires that you do that. So we'll be cutting it down in the not too distant future. How's the stream looking, Jackson? So I'm having bandwidth issues at the minute. Okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, getting fancy with it. Yeah, that's the plan. I've got some quite fancy plans for my other buildings too. See, the thing is, I've always collected the skills to do certain things. You know, and use them at the most basic levels to make a railway track curve look nice, that kind of thing. And I thought it would be more pleasing for the viewers to get to watch me create something beautiful. And create this world. In front of their eyes, as it were. This is probably going to be the most frustrating and boring bit. Because I had to oversize the circle, got some of these rocks in the way, like I planned it, I would say perfectly, but it turns out I've got to make it as one foundation smaller than I intended to, but you know. But I totally didn't plan for these rocks being in the way of the bigger circles. So I've had to improvise with these weird stadium looking bits. And these will be clunky and painful to get to finish off, but we'll get there. Yeah. Be nice if the nuke Noblisk could remove even these size rocks. I need to find my circle again. And then I'm going to have to go up top and extend. Oh. There we go. biggest pain on this is changing zoop modes. Remembering what you want and what you're currently in, and what the order they're in. So vertical. Okay. Goodness. One more? Yeah, one more. Go so much faster when I ain't got to do these silly overhead bits. This is, however, the last one that I've got to do. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, I get to demonstrate how you do the how you start these off, because I've missed one. Bring that up to the same height. And then you need to be on that one. Make sure you're in free form. Place the foundation on the box, on the beam as a hologram, nudge it 4 in, 4 across, and then just zoom it out. And then zip it out again. This one. let's go do some zooping first. Once we've done this section, it's all easy after that. Oh, missing concrete. Oh, goodness. Okay, that was terrible. I thought I was much closer to the base station than what I am. Goes to show how quickly progress can be made. That's not what I meant to do at all. It is huge, mate. It is. It has a radius of 46, technically 45 and a half foundations. So that and they're 10 by 10 meter foundations, if I remember correctly. Let's stop that ever being a thing again. Huh? There we go. So that's 460 meters in each direction. That's 45 and a half. It's 91. Just shy of a kilometre wide at the minute. This is supposedly and this is I think this is only really the second stream. We did start it on the prior stream, but I didn't do very much. So we're talking about 5 hours, and then I've maybe spent another couple offline, just getting us a bit further ahead. Appreciate that placing foundations is not the most entertaining of subject matters for people to watch, and me scratching my head and figuring out how I was going to get over these big rock bits is probably even less entertaining. Oh, and then I get into a groove like that and it just flows a bit faster. Oh. Hey, Bobs. Oh, I see. Right. Sorry, I'm stealing bots again. Oh dear. Yay, we're a quarter of the way round. And it's the worst quarter as well, because this is where all the rocks are. It's not tedious and monotonous at all. Wrong. this weekend I have been mostly dealing with pets. Now, I have a funny take on pets. I think most people will agree. I don't get pets for the sake of, like, friendship alone. Certainly don't get pets without purpose other than friendship. So I grew up in a farming environment. If we didn't have a farm, then we just had a big yard and lots of animals in it. But all of those animals served a purpose. They were either food, a way to get more food, protection for family, way to protect our food, i.e. the cats. Now, got kids of my own. We don't actually technically have any outdoor space. Certainly not that's our own anyway. What space we have is shared with other people in our block of flats. I mean, it's a small block of flats, it's not like a high rise, but yeah. So kids being kids, they want pets. I don't really know why they want pets. I guess keeping up with the Joneses, that kind of thing. Oh, well, Bob at school's got a pet. Why can't I have one? So we had a hamster. Don't know if you know much about hamsters. They only live like 3 years, and ours survived full 3 years and passed away. As a life lesson teaching skill, I can sort of see the point in that. You know, teaches your kids that they're going to lose everyone eventually, gives them a chance to grieve over, you know, someone who is quite loved, but, you know, is not so critical in their life. Get that bit of it. But what the hell is the point of a hamster? I don't understand hamsters at all. They're cute. Lovely. Great. And I have to feed it, water it, and what does it do for me? It loves you back. No, it don't. It probably barely acknowledges my existence. Had dogs in the past, and you know, I understand you build a bond with them. It's not like I'm a psychopath. But they've all been working dogs or working cats. You know, than gun dogs or guard dogs. Or ratters. Not just something you take out and play fetch with. Don't know if you guys have got pets. Get where I'm coming from? Totally don't get where I'm coming from. Maybe I am just odd. Yeah, our old hamster passed away, so between doing a funeral service for it, for a hamster, and then going out and choosing a new one, that's pretty much been my weekend. Right, that's us done on the hard bits. Now it's just souping. Soup, super, zoop, super, zoop. Oh, and I've told you about my experience with the taxi driver, didn't I? Oh, that was fun. So, tried my best to ignore him, to be ignorant, so I didn't have to engage in discourse with him, and he didn't take the hint at all. So the conversation comes around to what I do for work and how come I was off in the middle of the day and stuff. And I told him that I'm a game dev, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what that means." It's like, I write games. Which point he kindly tells me he don't really do games. So, yes, on one hand, this particular taxi driver spared me from his political views, which I'm sure did not align to mine. On the other hand, when I vaguely attempted to communicate with him, he immediately banished any possibility that we could find a middle ground by dismissing the possibility that games could be a good thing. Since games are what I create, what I enjoy playing, he basically told me my existence is not worth existing. But thanks, taxi driver. You just... more concrete missing. Right, let's take these down. In 2 seconds, let's just... let's just take a real look at what we are building here. I say it's nearly a kilometre across, 910 metres, if I'm correct. So yeah. Does actually get cut down to just inside that fix-it foundation there. You see on that side where I've placed the first first machine. Coal power plant. Oh, words are difficult. Who invented words, for goodness sake? Rude ass taxi driver. Oh, I was bemoaning public transport in general the other day. I'm not some sort of snob. I'm very happy to walk places. In fact, that was kind of my point. That just double check I've done these. I haven't done these. Oh no. Right, I'll take down the next one. So much concrete. Yeah, I know. And the worst bit is that I'm going to have so much left over when I've finished, because you have to build it oversized unless you happen to want it at exactly the size that is a perfect the perfect circle sizes. Brain not working again. So yeah, gonna have to cut it down and then just have concrete lying around for forever. But yeah, public transport. My car was in for MOT. That is to the UK test for making sure your vehicle's roadworthy. And more work was required to be done to it than I imagined initially. So a lot more time without the car than I imagined as well. And I was actually walking 4 odd miles to pick my son up every day. Let go with the wrong button. Rather than take the bus. For his sake, we took the bus coming back. I just hate that as well. But due to time restrictions, I had to take a taxi. And I was dreading it, and well, goodness, that oh, I am a pro Satisfactory player, I assure you. I just keep forgetting to press buttons. Yeah, the big thing for me about taxi drivers is they generally share their political views, which are generally not the same political views as me. So there was the fortunateness of not having to deal with that. But on the other hand, he then just shut me out of all conversation in a totally different way instead. Cool. Pretty much that taken down then. That should get us back into it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Right. Oh, goodness. Trees in the way again. Thanks, trees. Let's do it this way. So close. Should have just run off that side, really. Not round. Oh my goodness. It's penultimate one. It's the final pull down. Something like that anyway. There we go. Have I missed? I missed. What? Let's be there then. did that get put? Yay! I mean, there's some holes to fill in, but basically now I can place the... Okay. Apparently there's a zoop to do. I'm aware of that one. That's not being put in because that's my way up and down at the minute. It will be put in eventually. But what that means is I can now place in all the... coal generators. Does that look further than it should be? 'Cause that one's too close. What's going on here? Right. That's in the centre of that foundation. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah. Oh dear. Of course, this is why I didn't want to put the middle foundations in yet. Then this is what messes with my head. Right, where should it be then? In the middle of that foundation. Got it. So it's... This isn't working as good as I thought it would be. No, not working at all like I thought it would be. Manual placement than I would like. If you use control, it's just trying to keep it in a line. us downstairs. Thanks for dropping in, Jackson. See you in a little bit. Probably pop over to see you. Oh yeah. Wow. Can't remember last time I saw my inventory, so Right, I'm going to take liberties. So lacking concrete was the end of that sentence before I got distracted by the lack of being able to go up. There we go. I've got a proper way up and down now. No jumping about. This is bizarre. Come on. Not around it anyway. It's to the right to the others. Well, I'm pretty sure it is. No, that is miles back. Why is the surface too uneven? What's going on? Oh no. Right. How bizarre. Anyway, right. on. I'll give it back. There. Oh. Something's gone wrong somewhere. So the thing that's gone wrong is my original setting out. Turns out things work better if you plan it properly in the first place. Oh, goodness. Intrigued to see the opposite cardinal direction, see how far that's out. rotors, reinforced plate, and cable. Misplaced concrete foundation. Go see Bobo the doggo. Not so useful. But if I had a dog that brought me something every so often, and that it was as useful as the stuff that Bobo the doggo gives me, then that will be a dog that I will keep. Ratios. Should be 1 to 1. 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 1 That'll do. Coal power plant. Oh, there was a rock there. Ah, that's so much more pleasant to climb up. Over here. That one. What's that one? Nope. More speed, surely. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Oops. All right. Oh, goodness. Last second. Oh. sure this will look absolutely fantastic when it's done. May just shred my last nerve before we get there though. Honestly thought this would be the easy bit. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that's at least 2 out of 4 points that are wrong. Or I wonder, have I don't know. Oops. Oh, put that the wrong way around. Oh my goodness. Wow. Expert driving level 1000. You guys have to remember though that I don't see this as a vehicle. Yes, it gets me places faster than if I was to walk it. I see this as a weapon. It's a bit misty. Really? Need to set up my stairs. should see us. Oh my word. Don't come here for the driving, folks. Unless you just want to laugh at me. By all means. Oh, Austin Powers. I'm going now. Over here. See, it's a weapon. It's not a vehicle at all. Ah, cable! This will be complete. Bandwidth's just died out again. So, the question is, did I get 3 of them wrong? Or did I get the first one wrong? Never mind. This bit of music really reminds me of Final Fantasy VII. There's a blast from my childhood. I was working, but you know. Oh, I think this is it. Nice. Okay, and that one is actually not supposed to be there. Wow. Okay. I really don't want to plumb this one in. I'm gonna destroy some foundations for the rest of the stream. I'll probably look at it in a minute when I've oh. think I'd actually destroyed the one that was stood on. There we go. just got a couple of minutes longer, get rid of all this ugly stuff. Let's go this way. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at what that looks like. And we'll probably take a rather nice thumbnail. So cheese, folks. Okay, so back tomorrow with oxygen not included. Nico! Yes, it's been up and down all day, Nico. I say all day. On the stream for 2.5 hours. Terrible. Oh, and it is just absolutely bottoming out now.